Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be saving your life. That's right, I'm giving you advice on driving a motorcycle here in Cambodia. Now, while I'm not claiming to be a driving expert, I am telling you that I've had so many close calls and there have been so many things that I was not expecting or totally threw me for a loop as someone coming from a Western culture where most follow the traffic laws. I want to share that with you, and if I do save your life, you can comment down below and let me know so that I know I'm doing my job. Disclaimer, I understand all of my friends and fans here in Cambodia as well as neighboring nations. To everything I say, you guys are going to be like, well, duh. I learned all of these things while I was 5 years old driving a motorcycle without a helmet. Yes, I completely understand. I was not gifted with this life experience, and so I was forced to learn it here in Cambodia. Okay, let's get into it. First, I would highly recommend that you follow around a local driver. Try and follow someone, stick with someone who's maybe a little bit of a slower driver, and just learn what they do, watch what they do, and try to copy and imitate their action. It gives you a sense of how the flow of traffic works. Would also highly recommend that you stick in groups. It's like the herd mentality, and it works on the road as well, especially when crossing intersections. It's so good to stick with the group. You have much higher rate of survival if you stick with the group and with the crowd. And it's a good way to learn the flow of traffic. Try to match their speed and match their actions. 2, safety first. And I know that's a general blanket statement, but let's get to some specifics. Know your moto. Understand how quick your moto is, as well as how well the brakes work and how much distance you need to brake. I would highly recommend finding a quiet street, practicing gunning it, braking, just so you get the feel of your motorcycle. Each of those motorcycles are different, and you can maybe get a sense of whether you need to fix those brakes. It's one of the more common ways people down their motorcycle is on a turn. They don't see the gravel or the sand or dust gathering on a corner. They take it too sharply, they down their motorcycle, slide, their hips sore for a few weeks, and they have scratched their motorcycle. Another really common way people have an accident is that they, on the automatic, that's your throttle, and then you got the hand brakes, and when they're in a panic situation, they don't let off the throttle. They squeeze the handbrakes, but they don't let off the throttle, and sometimes even gun it a little bit more because of the panic. So that's something you just have to get over with practice. So practice in that back alley, giving it the throttle and then letting off and braking all in one fluid motion. Get your body used to that, so in a panic situation, that subconscious learned behavior is going to kick in. 3, do not assume anything. Please do not assume people are going to follow the traffic laws. Do not assume people are going to stop at a red light. Do not assume people are going to give you the right of way, even if it's yours. Do not assume that people are even going to drive the correct direction on the streets. And yeah, a lot of defensive driving there. 4, try not to make sudden stops. If you brake suddenly or you cut to the left or right really suddenly, chances are someone's going to hit you, just because that's not how people drive here. There's a little bit of a flow to traffic. I'll talk about that in another video. Braking suddenly, turning left or right is probably going to be really unexpected for people driving around you and could cause an accident. 5, careful on blind corners. There are so many blind corners. Like I talked about in another video, I almost got hit by a train because houses were blocking the sides of the train track, and there was nothing that was telling you to stop at the train track on my side. And boom, this train rushes by. When in doubt, wait. All right, the cars also can block your visual on things, so try not to jet. If you're riding next to a car, driving out in front of them, could result in you getting hit by someone who cut in front of that car. So just have a clear visual of where you're headed and be extremely cautious of blind corners. Be fully aware of your circumstances, your situation, because if you let down your guard at some point, yes, you will have something of the subconscious driving pattern that it just comes with time. But in a lot of ways, you really have to be mentally alert while driving. It takes a lot of energy, and so driving can be a little more exhausting, actually a lot more exhausting. When I went back to the States, it was so relaxing to drive because people followed laws, people stayed in their own lanes. It was so nice. Concluding thoughts: don't rage. You're gonna channel your inner monk, your inner, find your inner peace. Let the force be with you. You know, just you need to find a way of not raging. You need to be assertive. You can't let everyone cut in front of you, but you don't want to be reckless. You don't want to don't expect people are going to follow the laws again. And if people cut you off or people do something silly, give people grace. All right, it's not easy, and you might feel that rage, but you really need to take control of that, because as soon as you start driving with road rage, it gets really dangerous really quick in Cambodia. And you're not only risking yourself, but other people on the road who, maybe had nothing to do with the person that was being a jerk to you on the road, okay? If people cut you off, it's just kind of the flow of traffic. People are trying to get somewhere, and they really usually don't mean anything personal about it. Same thing with honking the horns. A lot of times people honk the horns here in Cambodia literally just to say, hey, I'm on your left, I'm coming up, did you see me? Rather than in the States, people like blaring their horns because they're so frustrated at people. Hopefully this helped. Hope it saves your life. If it does, comment down below. Stay safe, have fun,